Exodia! What up, guys? It's Magician here, and I'm coming with you with the official one card missing, but I've proxied it because it's due anytime soon. Exodia deck profile. This is the Mystic Mine deck. I released a rough, and I mean rough, video of what I was going to put into it, things I was going to put in. I've improved this deck. I've improved this deck. I've added some cards in there. I've got my 3 metaverses now. Cha-ching. I've got my 3 Reckless Greeds because you can't run 2. You want to have more. I've got some better negates in there because I was running... I've got some better negates. I've got some draw stuff. I've taken some stuff out. For example, Final Countdown. I know it was a sweet touch, but I want to try and make this as consistent as I can. I've taken out my Shards of Greed because I want speed. I want speed in this. I want to get this done quick, you know, because I want to either bait out everything they have and then they have to wait patiently, but by then, boom, I'm done. Or I don't want to stall this out. I want this done straight away. Alright, without further ado, here's the deck. Just so you guys can quickly see, that is all of my decks. All of them up there have a deck in it. This is sleeves, these are spare cards, Cyber Dragon, spare cards, Dark Magician. But here's the deck. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna have to... Alright, here we go. Here's the deck. We're gonna start off with... Proxy. Not Proxy, Lilith. This card is what this deck was needing. It is like pretty much a monster trap trick. And I know you're all thinking, yo, why would you use a monster? This card is pretty much a trap trick. I normal summon it, send it to the graveyard, and it sets a normal spell. I pick 3 random spell cards, my opponent chooses one, and it's set onto the field. If the first turn, you know, this is going to be avoiding Ash, this is going to be avoiding Ghost Ogre, this is going to be avoiding Effect Veiler, you know, because Ash cannot work on it. It just cannot. Yeah, simple as, Ash won't work on it because Effect gets around it. Yeah, it's just a great card. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Also, because it sends itself to the graveyard, then does its effect. So, I don't really think Effect Veiler would work. It might work, but yeah, this is quite a good card. Also, yeah. Nice. So I've got 3 of them because it grabs me my metaverses, or it grabs me my other traps that I might have, but my metaverses. Then I've got the poor camera angles. The Exodia, the Forbrodden one, you know. As you can see there, I am apologising again for my camera crapness. Alright, I know you're not going to like it. The arms and the legs, they're different. Yeah, I'm trying to collect these pieces. So I've got the 5 pieces, because if I didn't have it, what would be the point? Well, I lie. There's other ways to win in this deck. I don't stick with one way, do I? Got the old traditional Mystic Mine, because this deck would not be a Mystic Mine deck without the Mystic Mine in it. Quite standard. If you guys don't know what this does, the plan is I will control less cards, less monsters than my opponent. If I control more, then I can't use monster effects or attack directly. If they control more, they can't attack or use monster effects, full stop. At the end of the turn, if we both have the same amount of monsters, destroyed at the end of the turn. Yeah, I plan on not having any monsters. I've got draw power, pot of duality. I do 1 normal summon, possibly, but if not, it's all no special summons, and then I get to look at the top 3 cards as well, so I get a bit of choice, and I add 1. So, you know, top quality card. Oh, what have I got here? Oh, okay. The individual draw styles as well. I've got a Day of Peace. I don't care if they get an extra card. They're not. I don't care if they don't even attack me for a turn as well. If I can't get my Mystic Mine stuff, so why not? Upstart. Giving them life points for a card. Not that bad. Ledger of Legerman. Everyone tells me to get 3. I have only got 1, so I have to stick with the 1. But also, I want to make this quick. So him at 1 doesn't bother me too much. I get 3 cards at the end of 3 turns. You know. And also, I don't want to banish everything like straight away. Like, I have to wait and draw Fates. It's got Exodia in the background. I'm sorry that I'm using my torch, but if not, it's dark in here. Basically, if I have less life points than my opponent, which probably will happen, there's a lot of cards in here that lower life points for me. Also, If they have the monster with the highest attack, which they will, because I'll never have a monster, so even a 0 attack monster on their side of the field still higher, I pick 3 random cards, not monsters, random cards, put them on the top of my deck. They decide which order it goes, and then I draw 1 card. So, and I can't set spells or traps afterwards, but if I had like, let me think, I could have a Lilith on there, and I could draw into her, and then, actually no I couldn't, my bad. See this, I haven't play tested this deck yet, but I can get cards that I need. I can grab a Mystic Mine if I need to, I can grab 3 pieces of Exodia, you know, if it needs to, if I'm that low. It's just an extra draw card, you know, and I get to choose as well, and there's a level of, and also then I get to arrange my deck in the sense of, well, I know I'm going to want all 3 of these cards within the next turn, you know, that could be good. So, yeah, so, yeah, that's that. I think now I've got other spells as well, actually. I've got 1 part of Inquisitiveness. I have got ways around if my Exodia cards go in the graveyard. I do not have ways around if they're banished. That's why I have this. Okay, I just don't want my Exodia cards being banished at all, so why not have this in there? So that's just a precautionary card, and it's a draw card as well if I do it. But yeah, so I want that just for that little bit of protection, just to cover my own butt. And then trap cards. Metaverse, 3 of them. I got 3. I've actually got 5 because I went to our locals, I traded, and I got 2. That alone, I had ordered 2 already. But I thought, you know what, there's never always bad having more metaverses. 3 metaverses, self-explanatory. Gets Mystic Mine. Whoop. Okay, then I've got some negates. Zing Zang Hu. I just want to taking up their back row even better. Could be perfect, you know. Stop them from using it. Dark Bribe, you know, simple as. They draw a card. I'm happy with that. And then, you know, also I negate something. I've got 1 7-tool with a bandit. Not often am I going to be going against trap cards over spell cards. There's more Twin Twisters I need to worry about, but of course Salamangreat, Roar and Rage are still out there, so I still need to be careful. But that is not a worrying card. Obviously I've got this to protect me, that to protect me. Only just against traps, that's not going to be coming up as much. I've got then 2 Magic Jammers. Let me double read that. Discard 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, negate the activation of a magic card and destroy it. That would be good, you know. That's just a general good card if I do say so myself. Twin Twisters, nope. MST, nope. Cosmic Cyclone, nope. Okay, this one I'm loving. I wish I have 3. Curse Seal with the Forbidden Spell. When a spell card is activated, discard 1 spell. I have quite a few, or quite a fair amount of spells, especially some that I don't mind. Even if it's a spare Mystic Mine, I can happily discard a Mystic Mine, and then I negate the activation, destroy it, and then they can't use that card for the rest of the duel, that card. So, if I'm going against someone who's got Twin Twisters, and they've got a lot of Twin Twisters, I get rid of it. They cannot use any Twin Twisters for the rest of the duel. If cards that are spell specific, you know, I could use that on a circle for Salamangreat and kind of stump them a bit, or a Fusion of Fire, stump them a bit, or something like that, you know. Like even stuff that I don't need to use, because it's a disruption play. The entire spell is just out of play from there on out. So that's quite good. And also, like I said, there's a lot of decks that may need that spell card, so that can disrupt them. I've now got 3 Reckless Grids. Whoop, 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 whoop. Not the best card to fall on, but I'd rather fall on it than not, you know. I'd rather have this card instead of, like, Shards of Greed, because I'm still gaining 1 card, but it's quicker, and yes, I lose 2 turns, but if I use, because the thing is, I'm going to wait until I have all 3, or at least 2 of them, you know. That I don't mind, you know. Waiting for the 2, that might be enough, you know. I might not have to even wait for the 2 more turns to draw. That could easily be enough. I've then got a Jar of Avarice. That's what I meant by I don't mind if my Exodia pieces now go to the graveyard. And just so you know, this is the one that's allowed. It's Pot of Avarice that's not allowed, I believe. But Jar of Avarice, but I've checked it. It's perfectly fine. You know, target 5 cards in your graveyard, except Jar of Avarice. Shuffle all 5 into your deck. Draw a card. And I can only activate 1 per turn. I've only got 1. But yeah, I could like send a Lilith, a Metaverse, 3 Exodia pieces back, you know, then I'm cushy, you know. And it's also a draw card as well. I can refill the stuff I need and all of that. Alright, then I've got 2 Ring of Destructions. I have a little bit of a burnt variant in here. It's a normal strap, so I can grab it. Also because if I can't get the cards that I do want, it's also a good way to disrupt my opponent's plays. They have like the beast, the top Don monster out. I then Ring of Destruction it. I take damage, they take damage, but also at the end of the day, I've got rid of their king monster. Fair enough, it wouldn't work against like Boral Sword, but Thunder Dragons? I'd happily get rid of a Colossus with a Ring of Destruction, so why not? I also then have 3 Just Desserts for the extra bit of burn. Because I still have the Ojamas cards in here, so I can get, with my cards, I can get them up to 5. If I burn them with all 3 of them, that's 7,500. If I have a full board of 6, which is funny because it won't happen, but I could technically burn them for 9,000. But then I have this, I could fit, that could be a burn done, you know, depending on what I get. And then finishing it off is an Ojama Duo and Ojama Trio. That there rounds it off with Dead. So that is the deck. That's all the traps, minusing the 3 metaverses. Let me just put them back in there. So that's all the traps, and that's that. It's a very trap-heavy deck. This would not work against a Jinzo deck, I tell you this. But, yeah, that's the deck. I'm so sorry for the poor camera angles and stuff like that. The table, which is downstairs, which I always use, is kind of occupied with a lot of stuff. So I'm having to hold the camera, and yeah, so I'm waiting for the final Lilith to arrive. That'll be good. This deck and one other deck, which I'll quickly show you what it is. I'm not going to do a deck profile. Are going to be going with me to regionals, or nationals, sorry. Nationals in the UK. We have got a nationals coming up on the 8th and 9th of June, so soon. I'm going up to Derby, which is far for me, and I'm probably not going to be using this deck. I might, I might for a laugh, but the thing is, because it's a big boy club, I might be going in with a smarter play, which is, if I can get a good card to represent it. No, where is it? No, that's. Come on, no, pulling out like hand traps. Here we go. Salads. I'm going in with a salad deck. I have pretty much stripped apart so many of my decks. All of the decks here, by the way, are still decks. You know, they're still playable, they're still decks. Dark Magician took quite a bad hit. But, salads. Yeah, salads. I'm going to go in with salads. Salads. People are going to hate me because it's just the same. I'm going to probably have about 20 other people playing salads. Salamangrates. But, yeah. Hope you lot enjoyed. Salads. Yeah, I hope you lot enjoyed. I will do a deck profile on the Salamangre deck as well, because, you know, this is my national deck, you know. This is a deck that I'm going to be trying. This, what I'm pretty much saying, is my best deck I have. I was tempted. Have I got this? No, I haven't. I was really tempted to go in Cyber Dragons, but I feel like if I were to go in with a Cyber Dragon deck, I need to have a full Cyber Dragon deck. So Cyber Emergency is just a card I need. 2 Sieges is just a card I need. I have 1 Sieger, no Cyber. I've got a Rev system, which is quite good. Have you not seen my Cyber Dragon? No, you haven't seen it. I will do a deck profile on that as well. But yeah, Cyber Dragon is good, but it's just, yeah, it's not quite Carlin. So yeah, Salamangrate will be. Oh no, I've got a hat on. Oh no. Salamangrate will be the deck I'm going in with. Hope you lot enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below any tips of what I could add, or, you know, obviously not the obvious stuff, as in like trap trick and pot of extravagance. I know I'm poor, okay? It's like £40 for pot of extravagance, £25 for trap tricks a piece. You know, there's no way I can afford that. Same with my salads. It's a bit of a budget deck. I've got 1 Silent Mining, and that was fortunate I have that. I've got the 3 Ash, 2 Ghost Ogres, 3 Fate Veilers because I haven't got any permanents. I've got a Boral Load because they're cheap as chips, and I might be borrowing a Boral Sword. But like the main stuff you need is, I've got, you know, Sunlight Wolves. I've got 3 of them. That's kind of, there you go, you're done, sorted. And I've got the Violet Chimeras and the Fusions of Fires and the Super Bollies. But hope you lot enjoyed. See ya.